of raindrops is the first sound I remember hearing. I remember looking out the window. It was raining, and a thought came to me that I'm happy that I was born as a human and not as a monkey. Because if I were a monkey, I can't choose to end this life even if I wanted to. The first memory I recall is a little melancholic for a 3-year-old. I remember these thoughts that I didn't know how to externalize at that age. It was as if my emotions were trapped in a dark space. Then one day, I came across a girl playing this instrument called the piano. And I still remember that first sensation. She was playing Four Elise by Beethoven. That sense of longing and yearning, so ephemeral and poignant in that music, felt like a light, a bridge from this dark space to the world outside where life happens. It was permission to exist and dream. Apparently, I begged my mother to take me to a piano teacher who told me that I should probably wait until I was 5. And I threw a temper tantrum. So here I was. Music became my bridge to life. Music helped me to survive because life happens in nuances that language cannot fully capture. Growing up, I stumbled and struggled with mental health issues. And I think music is the one that kept me here. Playing music gave me a glimpse of freedom from the reality that I often felt confined and trapped. As an ambient electronic musician, I have come to make sense of the world through sound. For someone like me, going to a hospital becomes an interesting experience. Several years ago, I had health complications and I had to spend time in hospitals. And it was loud. I remember people were talking and screaming and running around. Doors were getting slammed constantly. Carts were rolling and squeaking. Vacuum cleaner, ice machine, call buttons, overhead speakers, televisions, and people arguing in daytime televisions. Then all the alarms, and they are not just loud. I remember something kept beeping by my bed pretty aggressively, and I got worried, so I asked a nurse, "Excuse me, is this supposed to be okay?" And she said, "Yeah, this thing just beeps." I remember some monitor kept beeping, and it was in the note of C, doot, doot, doot. And across the hallway, something was beeping in the high-pitched F sharp. It's not F, sorry, I couldn't. Okay, that was close. And it was C and F sharp. And it's a diminished fifth, it's a tritone. It's a type of dissonance that people for centuries called devil's chord. And on top of that dissonance, there were IV pump alarms that just get progressively loud. There were chair alarms, bed alarms, yellow alarms, red alarms, and code blue. in the permanent state of chaos and dissonance, as if to amplify my internal sense of fear, confusion, and loss of agency. I remember this period of my life that going back to normal seemed nearly impossible. Lying in a hospital bed, I wondered. Some people say hearing is the last sense to go when we die. So what is the last sound I get to hear at the end of my life? Is it like this? Thankfully, I got better. And life all of a sudden got a whole new meaning, like an unexpected gift. So I started an initiative to transform the sound environment in hospitals, working with patients, clinicians, researchers, hospital systems, and device makers to explore how sound impacts our experience and emotions, to help humanize our suffering. And we always start with listening. What is the most disturbing sound you remember hearing in hospitals? We always start with this question. That constant rhythm of a cardiac monitor ticking like a time bomb, reminding me every second that my time here is finite. The voice of other patients suffering in pain. A nurse on a 12-hour shift who shared that she hears the beeping of IV pump alarms every single night in her dreams. A mother of a young patient who remains traumatized by the sharp beeping she kept hearing in NICU more than 10 years ago. Quiet at night is the mantra of patient experience survey, yet so many patients share that they are afraid of waking up to dead quietness in hospitals at night. It makes them think that they are going to be abandoned. Indeed, a physician once shared that the most disturbing sound she remembers hearing is the sound of silence after devastating news has been shared. When we listen to people talking about sound, their stories are always about more than sound. They seem to reveal what it means to be a human during the most vulnerable times, because life happens in nuances that language cannot fully capture. Sound is our bridge to life. It was more than 100 years ago that Florence Nightingale said, "Unnecessary noise is the cruelest absence of care." Since then, we have seen so much progress in medicine and technology, but not the quality of sound around us. It's as if this noise is the side effect of all the progress that left the meaning of our human experience behind. So, how might we catch up? What if we think of technology as an extension of nature? Like if a patient waves the hand to be able to trigger sound. can play the piano. Like a theremin. What if anyone can create a bridge to life during the most difficult times? What if we think of sound as a public good, as an excuse for people in silos to start to talk to each other, like these alarms. What if they can be redesigned with the perspective of patients and clinicians who have to hear them every day? What if we started by, simply tuning them? Like, can we start from that as a first step to some clarity? What if the beauty of our sensory experience is what makes us human?